Hi, I'm Maggie,
Hi, I'm Grace, and this is
a very bookish podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to a Very Bookish podcast. Today is episode 64, and today's topics are going to be a little bit interesting, a little bit fun. We're going to be talking about a little bit of Bridgerton season 2, and we're going to be talking about fat representation in romance books, especially the one that I just read. I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I can't speak today. Today's been an off day for me. Grace and I had a very interesting, like, hour-long conversation almost before this about some stuff. So she's a little annoyed with me at the moment.
Yeah, I am. I'm annoyed because she doesn't see what's right in front of her. Clearly, her glasses do not help her at all.
I mean,
With her romantic life.
it's so funny because Grace talks about how, like, she literally was like the romance books I read and like my BDSM results are like at a level 10, and then like my awareness in my own like relationships and everyday life is like at a 2. So
Like, it's not even a 2. It's like a -5.
well, because like
a 2 would be like vanilla. You're not even there. You don't even get there.
Because I am not good at reading social cues. Like, I just am not good at it. And it makes Grace frustrated when I tell her about something and she's like, he's into you.
It's
And
like,
I'm like, no,
it's
he's
like
not.
she wants to go to point. She's at point A and she wants to get to point B. And then like he's giving her the straight path and she's just like, oh, it's a dead end up ahead. And he's giving her the all clear and she's just not taking the opportunity. It's just like, girl. So I am teaching her little by little. She is not allowed to respond to messages now without pre-approval by me. So
Yeah,
we'll see if that gets her to the goal post and to the finish line so that she can wave her checkered flag.
dude.
Anyways.
Yeah, so that was what's happening earlier today. Anyways, let's hop into Bridgerton season 2.
Oh, real quick, shout out to our girl Pauline. It's her birthday.
Yes.
The 18th today, the day that we're recording. So Monday, April 18th, that's Pauline's birthday. So shout out to her.
Well, and then happy birthday, Grace, because your birthday
yeah.
is after this comes out. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
I am now 26, future me, and feeling pretty good.
It's weird that you're 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Because Grace will mention, we talked about it a little bit on the other episode. Grace will like mention a movie, and I'm just like, what is this? And literally, I'm reading The Spanish Love Deception at the moment, and it referenced a movie, and I was like, do you know what this is? And she's like, yeah. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I have no idea what it is.
She said, have you watched The Wedding Date? And for those people who know The Wedding Date, I can't remember who is in it, but I know it exactly in my head. The Wedding Date is like this movie with what's his name? Deborah Messing and Dermot Mulroney. They are pretending to she hires an escort to be her date to her sister's wedding back home in London. And at the wedding is her ex-fiance who broke off the engagement because there was another woman. So he's at the wedding and everybody in her family is at the wedding, and she hires an escort to say that she has a boyfriend. So you know how it goes.
It's feeling like the kiss quotient.
Basically. But well, she hires him to be her date. That's it. Not for anything else. And he's like, all business, this is what it is, that blah blah blah. And he is like, you need to relax. You need to like stop worrying about doing things for him. Do things that make you feel good, and then he'll see that. And so like he starts like helping her see herself, and like, helping her like flirt a little bit better, and helping her feel more confident, in just giving her giving her attention from him, like. And then the ex-fiance is like worried about it, and like trying to talk to her, but not really. Then it comes out that the other woman, do you want me to tell you the end or no?
Yeah.
The other woman that her ex-fiance had broken it off for was her sister. And her sister, who is getting married now to someone else, they were like, she had been like, no, this is it. We can't do it anymore. That's all. And her sister was dating the guy she's currently about to marry. And the escort, he finds out, and she's like, please, you can't tell anybody. And then she's like, okay, fine, I won't. But you need to be straight up, because like everybody thinks that that's her boyfriend. So they're like treating him like part of the family. And he loves that. And of course, they end up sleeping together after
The wedding date?
Yeah, they end up sleeping together. And then like after that, she finds out that he knew all along that her ex-fiance had cheated with her sister. And everybody had known about it, and everybody had kept the secret from her. And so she was mad at everybody, and she just leaves. And then he has to go chase after her. And yeah, it's a pretty cute movie. And then there's this really iconic dance scene that is To Sway With Me by Michael Bublé. And it's like all the couples are like going to a dance class because they're dancing for like the practicing of a wedding, and they're bickering because of something. And during this dance, they finally like give in and start joking around and being relaxed with each other. So that song is going to be played at my wedding.
Okay, it's on Peacock, so maybe I'll get Peacock and watch it tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Grace. Yeah.
Happy birthday to me. We'll see how
Bridgerton,
it goes.
season 2.
Bridgerton season 2.
I have been wanting Grace to watch. I've been begging her to watch. I've been sending her Bridgerton season 2 edits on TikTok so that she will watch. And she finally did. I don't know how much of that was my influence, probably none of it, but she watched it.
I was going to watch it. It just wasn't.
Season 1, the like last 2 episodes of season 1 really threw it off, where Daphne does what she does, and I was like,
well, she does that, and I think she does that, and then 3 episodes after. She has about 2 episodes after.
Yeah.
And the 2 episodes after were understandable. Like I got it. Like they were arguing. They were not in the same spot, but then they both wanted to be, and they just like, just talk to me, just tell me, be honest with me. And I got that. I was like, okay, which makes sense because we're in this predicament because of that. I was expecting him to be a little more upset about it, but at the same time, he does love her a lot. And I feel like part of him wanted, I don't know, I haven't read the books, but this is just based on the show. Part of him was like wanting to let go of what this burden that he put on himself with his dad.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of it, why he wasn't as mad as somebody else might have been.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves her. And if anybody is gonna have his kid, it's gonna be him. I mean her. So
yeah.
It was cute. Now, I have not finished season 2.
Yeah.
Because I haven't. I had family over and guests over, so I haven't had time.
You celebrated Easter.
Yeah.
So
I am now on the last 2 episodes. So I think Anthony and Miss Sharma just kissed. they just kissed, and the little sister just called off the wedding.
Okay.
That's it. She knows that there's something going on with like them two.
Mm-hmm.
And she's mad because Kate never told her about her grandparents. Which I'm like, girl, like you wanted to know. You didn't want to know. You didn't care about any of that
Okay,
stuff.
honestly, Edwina was so clueless the whole like season.
Dude, she reminds me of like a little chipmunk.
Okay, and
Like
how she gets mad at Kate and she's like, "You didn't want me to be with him." Like, literally,
because you wanted him, and it's just
yeah.
like, okay.
She literally like before you even like got with him and even the proposal, she was like, "Don't like, I don't think he's a good person." So like you can't, and the fact that like she was just,
I don't know if it's like the older sister, but it's just like, girl, you didn't want to know. You didn't care to know. You
Yeah.
were caught up in this fantasy that I built for you because you didn't want to know about the other harsh shit that was going around.
Yeah.
You didn't want to know.
She
That's me. That's my mentality when
she
it
put
comes
a
to
lot
Kate.
of blame on Kate.
Yeah, which is like, girl, like you. I don't
Like
know. If it was my
once
sister doing that shit, I would have been like, girl, if you don't chill, and you too. My dog's barking. But I was really upset with her. I was just like, I don't know what it is about her. Edwina's eyes are like so round and like innocent.
yeah, she definitely has an innocence to her.
And it's just like,
She was caught up in the fantasy of the life that Anthony could give her. She didn't like Anthony. She liked the life that Anthony could provide for her. And I will say, like, that has been their goal is to do that the entire episode. So it's kind of like, yeah, that would make sense that that's what she's looking for. But I will have to ask you. So, since up to that moment, we've seen all of these little moments and we've seen the relationship between Kate and Anthony. How do you think it compares to Daphne and Simon's relationship?
to Daphne and Simon's. I think I like it a little more because there's a lot more back and forth. And Daphne was a little bit naive
Mm-hmm.
in her how she was going to go about things. And Kate was more realistic about things that needed to be done. Again,
Yeah.
because she was the older sister and she had to take up that role of
The mother figure.
yeah. Which I'm kind of like, where was the mom in all of this?
Dude, she was literally like, she was there, but she wasn't there. Like, okay, so I will have to ask you. Spoiler alert for Bridgerton season 2. If you have not seen it, like, literally do not listen to the rest of this episode. Episode 1, we find out who Lady Whistledown is.
Well, we found out at the end of season 1.
I didn't know who it was.
It's literally like almost the last scene before she ends up giving birth.
Oh, I don't remember. To be honest, I didn't rewatch it, so I didn't know. So, but
Girl,
the fact that I thought they just
you don't remember that the queen was like having this having like these runners like figure it out, and they were gonna trap her. They were gonna capture her at the printing press. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's season 2.
Is that season 2?
Yeah, that's season 2. That's
But I know in season 1 you do find out it's her.
I thought they just alluded to who possibly Lady Whistledown could be. I didn't think they actually said it was Penelope.
That's season 1.
I don't think they said
season 1.
I think they might have alluded that it was her.
Season 1, after season 1, there were so many videos about Penelope being Lady Whistledown.
I've never saw those, so I had no idea. But what did you think about them? Like, we could have guessed it was her, but like, what did you think about them revealing it so soon?
I think if they didn't, there was no plot line with it.
Yeah.
You can't have a plot line coming from one to another season.
That's true.
That it's like a centerfold of the season.
I guess, yeah. I guess it does also set up for, because people think it's not really a spoiler for this season, but they think Colin and Penelope is next season because they're not going in the order of the books. So they think that's why they revealed it this season.
Because what? Penelope is going to be the next season?
Yeah.
Probably. I'm still trying to figure out if this thing was the first season or not. I'm going to find out right now. Because it's going to bother me if I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure the printing press, we didn't see any of that until season 2.
I swear it was in...
But what I like about Anthony and Kate's relationship more than Daphne is that innocence, but also like Daphne and Simon were attracted to each other and they admitted their attraction early on, and like versus like Kate and Anthony had that enemies to lovers of like, I hate you so much, and it's the like, I hate you so much then I love you so much kind of thing, where it turns from hate into love. And it's that simmering like, I'm so attracted to you that like I hate you kind of thing. And I think that's what makes it more attractive. What Grace?
It's season 1.
What episode?
Season 1, episode 8. Season 1, episode 8. It what's her name? The sister?
Oh, which sister?
Eloise goes to warn Lady Whistledown that the queen has set a trap for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. So
and
she's
then
the lady.
Yeah, like Lady Whistledown is talking and she's like, oh, yeah, timestamp 106:48 in episode 8.
But Lady Whistledown doesn't talk, I thought.
Aware of a scheme to unmask her.
Oh. But
and then she tells her, and then she drives off, and then she's there covered, and then she ends up lifting up and looking. And she's holding like the latest print that she's about to print.
I'm trying to find it. I didn't see that last part of her.
It's literally before.
What was the timestamp?
Oh, and it's a timestamp 1:06:48.
106. Oh.
Yeah. Because Benedict is talking with Eloise and she's just like, oh.
I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that.
TikToks that I send you literally an hour before you send it to me.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that. I totally had forgotten. I honestly should have rewatched this season.
Probably.
But yeah.
The point is, I did like that. I don't know. I like the breathing. I like the breathing.
The way he looks at her and the shocked moments where he's like,
so good. The way
how is it that a fucking gay man makes us fall in love with a man more than a straight man can?
Because
he gets it.
It's like to be desired by a man.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like
he knows the look that he wishes men would look at.
Dude, the way he looks at Kate and like when she lifts up her skirt, and I saw this TikTok, I think I sent it to you, and it's all the times that Anthony's like shocked and it's the like loading signal in his head because he's just like so shocked by her. And he's just like,
and I think that that he is bored with all the other women because they're just like bland and there's nothing there for him. And I think that
Even her
that's why,
sister, he
huh?
finds her sister, Edwina, he finds so boring, I think.
Yeah, but he is like she'll do because she'll fulfill the duty that needs to be done. So
Dude,
he's not marrying because remember, he's not marrying because he loves.
he literally
He's
straight up
marrying
tell
because
her
of
that too.
duty. He's
That was
marrying because of duty.
that was so sad when she's like Edwina like is like tell me like you love me and stuff. And he's like I'm doing this for like duty. We have so much in common. And he like always tells her that, and she like still has this like rose colored glasses on the whole time, and I'm just like, babes,
Yeah.
babes, I feel you.
And it's just like, I don't know. I kind of want Edwina to be like, girl, like somebody needs to take her and shake her up and be like, it's
Everybody noticed it. Daphne, everybody
the
was
parents.
like,
Well, not the parents, mom and Lady Danbury.
even
They all noticed it.
even Violet was like noticed it. Like everybody knew.
Who's Violet?
The mom, Bridgerton, Lady Bridgerton, Violet Bridgerton,
Oh yeah.
this mom. So like, I. But the way he's in the B scene, the B scene where he literally has a panic
That's.
attack.
I think that's. I find it kind of funny that the dad died from a bee sting. Because it's like, well, if you had an EpiPen.
Okay, but the funny thing is I don't know if you noticed, I saw a TikTok about it, and it was how like Eloise and Benedict wear B. And it's like they're trying to give Anthony a anxiety attack, so they wear beads
Yeah.
in their hair and everything. And I just thought that was so funny. I was like, honestly, that's canon. Like that would happen.
It would. But I don't know if it would.
Okay. Have you seen the interactions between Eloise and the footman?
Eloise and the Footman, those scenes are from season 1.
No, there's scenes in season 2.
So far, those have been scenes from season 1. The scene where he laughs. Oh well, yeah.
No, because when she's with
Oh,
Theo,
because she meets what's his face. But the first couple scenes where he laughs.
yeah. But have you seen?
That's the first scene that she meets the printer.
Yeah, but the scene where she goes and meets Theo, and she's like, "Do you have like?" I thought that's season 2, right? Yeah. The way he's
From the first
like,
episode.
the
Well,
way
like, not the
he,
first episode.
dude, I know who Eloise ends up with, and you would never guess who Eloise ends up with.
Have I seen him yet?
Yeah.
Who is that? I've seen him in the edits and stuff, but I haven't paid attention to his
So
face.
Eloise ends up with Sir Philip,
Who's Sir Philip?
Maria's husband in the books. I don't know if they're gonna do it in the TV show because they might go different.
Ends up with Maria's husband. Who's
Maria is from season 1. She's the girl who got Marina.
Okay. I was like, there ain't no Maria.
Marina.
Okay.
Colin goes to see her,
Mm-hmm.
and her husband, Colin actually likes
So
him. And
is
stuff.
he married to her in the books?
Yes, but she dies in the books.
She dies in the book?
She dies in the books, and I'm guessing that happens in Colin's book, as she dies in that book. So I'm guessing that happens. But Eloise in the book, they end up together.
And how is that?
I don't know.
You haven't read it?
I haven't read her books, but I know that's how, because I watched a TikTok about it, and somebody's like, yeah, that's who she ends up with, and I was like, okay. They gave him bad sideburns, so I'm hoping they take those away for his season. And
remember that he cannot be as desirable until his season comes
Yeah,
along.
that's why. Yeah. Dude, this season was so good though. It's definitely better than season 1.
Yeah.
I would
Not
say,
as much,
yeah,
you know.
but but that's because it's like a slower burn kind of because it's that enemies. But I would say that the dancing scenes though, I preferred season 1's dancing scenes. Just how lyrical I felt they were, and I think I preferred the music more from season 1.
Yeah, because season 1 was more covers. This
Yeah.
one was its own
Yeah.
music.
There are a
But
lot of
I
covers
was
though.
like,
They had Material Girl.
yeah, they did have a hero girl.
I thought it was so funny when I heard it. I was like, I can't believe that they have this.
That was good though. I like that one.
Yeah.
But yeah. My favorite scene between them so far. Oh, this is something I wanted to talk about. That whole scene of
Scared
like,
me.
you're the bane of my existence, and blah 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 blah, whatever.
Oh,
Okay, that scene, yeah, okay. But everybody says like, oh yeah, you're the bane of my existence and the object of all my desires. And then the videos usually stop there, right? But it's the lines after that
those are
really,
the
really hit. The ones that really, really hit. Like, hold on, I want to know exactly what this man says.
dude.
What
And
episode is that happened?
I I don't remember, but the library scene where it's just the two of them together.
I want to say, yeah, that's why.
It's so good. It's
Oh,
so
the one that was
good.
at the thunderstorms.
Yeah. No, no, no. It was the one where they were having a party, and this was pre-wedding, so it's pre before and Daphne walks in. That one.
Oh, and they're like right up on each other.
Yeah, and Daphne's like,
Daphne should better than me because I would have been like, oh, aren't you gonna marry her, bro?
if I was Daphne, I would have done that. Because we know they like each other.
Is it Disney? Okay. I'm trying to exactly what he says, right? But that whole monologue that he does in that scene is so good. Like, there's nowhere you can go.
The passion.
My honor is hanging by a thread.
The
Come
things I can
on.
show you. And I'm like,
I saw a video that like translated it to like modern language. And he was just like, oh, do you even know all the ways a lady could be seduced? That's basically like, do you even know all the things that I want to do to you?
yeah. Like, he played too well. Too well. Like, his
Oh,
acting.
well, right there. It's a heavy breathing, the
Oh,
panting. Come on.
dude, the way he pants and like the like visual, like him holding back and like the restraint that he has. I'm just like, oh,
The things I could teach you.
Oh, like it's just like it makes me cheeky. It makes me smile. It's so good.
It's so good.
And like it is so sad that like that's why like when not if when I get a boyfriend, him and I are gonna sit down and we're gonna watch Bridgerton together. And I'm gonna be like, you're learning from
Been
this.
asking to watch Bridgerton.
What'd you say?
Jake has been asking about it. And he's just like, should I watch it? And I was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Every guy should watch Bridgerton and understand like
Oh.
what we want.
This is what he says after. He's like, oh, if I wed your sister, then it'll bind you and me for eternity, right? And I will spend the rest of my marriage at the breaking point of my willpower. This thing between us, it will like continue and whatever. And one day it'll build until one day it snaps. And then he will spend every minute of his marriage desiring her and wanting her. And then when it finally breaks and he finally gives into it, the guilt and the, I guess, whatever he will feel will destroy them both, because they'll both
Dude.
feel it for doing that to his sister. And he tells her, is that what you want? Because he's like straight up, he tells her like, yeah, I'll marry your sister because that's what I have to do, because I'm doing it for duty and I'm not going to change that. But if I marry her, you're always going to be there. I'm always going to want you.
Mm-hmm.
That's never going to go away. And until we finally give in, and we are going to give in, because like it's too strong not to.
Dude, the way this man just, the
Like,
writers.
I'm not a fan of all of that. You know, like if you're going to marry someone, marry the person that you're going to be with.
Mhm.
And that's that. But damn.
This was a different time though. We have to think like, this was a time where like they really.
Is it really? Bridgerton is its own time, okay?
That's true.
It's its own universe. It's not.
It was just, they were like in heavy denial. Well,
No,
yeah,
they weren't. They knew.
They knew.
That they wanted each other.
But it's just.
The way that he smells her. Oh.
Dude. Well, I was watching this TikTok video and she was talking about how like British people didn't have good hygiene and stuff. Like they learned it from India and stuff, and how like bathing. So they were saying like Kate and Edwina were probably bathing daily, while everybody else was probably not. And I loved the scene, where he's
wedding. Oh,
the wedding scene. That was amazing. That was beautiful. It was
I meant the wedding
really good.
preparation.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Where they rubbed. I forgot what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
I
I thought that was really cute.
I think it was. I think it was a great way to show like the Indian traditions and stuff brought into the setting.
They're bringing, yeah.
Yeah.
But you were saying the video.
Yeah, so she was talking about it and she was like, that's why like Anthony is probably so obsessed with her in this like series of her smelling, because she probably smells amazing compared to the half rotten people around him. I was like, yeah, I'd want to be smelling her too. Like the actress for Kate, her eyes.
She looks a little elfin.
She has that like cat eye, like
a fox.
siren-y kind of like look to her, versus like Edwina has that doe-eyed. You know how they talk about that, like the doe-eyed versus siren-eyed thing that women do to men?
Mm-hmm.
Kate has that like siren eye where she like, and her hair and her outfits.
When her hair is loose in that thunder scene.
Oh my gosh. Like,
I know he was just like, dang, I know right there he was thinking, man, if I run my hands through it, I am not gonna let go of that hair.
Dude, that man. Oh, I'm getting chills thinking about it. He's just scrumptious. Scrumptious is the only word I can say.
How tall is he?
Anthony? Let me look it up. Let me look up Anthony Bridgerton height, because I don't know how tall the actor is. Let me look it up.
I feel like the actor himself is not 6 feet.
Jonathan Bailey. Let's look up Jonathan Bailey height. Okay, so he is 5'11", 6 foot. I'm sorry, but any guy who's 5'11", you're 6 foot.
No.
Okay, unless you have a 5'10" attitude.
No, because once you've had 6 foot, you know what 6 foot is. And then nothing else is gonna compare to that 6 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Those extra inches, they count. Okay.
One extra
Especially for
inch.
bigger girls,
Oh yeah.
they count.
Yeah.
You know that remember last week we were talking about kinks and stuff? There is a kink that it describes liking bigger partners, like
Mhm.
taller, oversized, like it's like some form of like giant something, but liking your partner to to be essentially a giant compared to you, not
Yeah.
a giant, but like bigger than you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I definitely got that. It just reminded me of it. But yeah, I could tell he wasn't like 6 feet.
In the books, he's 6'1".
In the books, I could probably see that. Not that I know of, but yeah.
I honestly, I'm short as it is. I'm 5'3 3/4". So like anything above 5'10" for me, solid.
Once you have 6 feet, you'll know the difference. I'm 5'5",
And you feel tall to me.
and in heels, I'm about like 5'7", 5'8".
Mm-hmm.
So if you're 5'11", that's not. What's that gonna do?
I like how I'm like, I don't base it off of height, and Grace is like, nope, I do.
I mean, I wouldn't say it, but like if I'm looking at the Hinge profile and I see 5'5", I'm gonna be like, not really.
Yeah. I had a Hinge guy who I have to talk about this on the podcast because I literally was so disgusted. I took a photo of it. He responded to one of my prompts. And let me be clear. I fully bring this upon myself. Let me be 100% clear. With my Hinge profile, I bring this all on myself. Like, what I like to say is I have curated my profile to only, like, select, like, a certain type of guy. Because... Oh, yeah, so I have a shirt and it says get a vasectomy. It says against abortion, get a vasectomy. And this guy goes, I'll get one if it means we can go raw. And I was like, but he wasn't like, he was like, I was like,
not the time and place, but if
yeah,
my man said that, okay.
it'd be different if I was like,
If my man said that, okay.
like if I like actively knew him and we were having that conversation, I'd be like, oh damn, okay, okay. But then for a guy to just say that, like nothing else,
Not your first interaction being that.
it just turned me off. Where I was just like, not the point of the shirt. I see what you did there, but I'm gonna have to pass. But I'm also a very awkward person, so like that being like,
Really? You are?
I just
I
don't
really
get social
didn't
cues.
know.
It's so funny because I will literally text Grace about things. Like this guy's trying to flirt with me, and I'm like, I don't like. Literally, this guy was like, he was like trying to flirt with me, but I was like just so turned off.
Look. We all on this podcast, all of our listeners, we all read romance books, right? We love banter. We love like top tier banter, right? That back and forth, that she's quick, we love all of that, right? Maggie has opportunities to banter, and she just like slams the door on that opportunity
Because I get
she
confused.
pulls the opportunity's head into the threshold, slams the door against it like 4 times before kicking it back and then slamming the door shut. She makes sure that opportunity don't come up again. And I'm like, why the hell would you send me a screenshot of what they are saying and not wait for me to help you come up with a response
Okay.
like any other girls do. No. And then I end up getting like, oh, well, I ended up saying this. And I'm like, why would you say that? That's not encouraging the banter. That's not encouraging the playfulness.
Okay. In my defense, the one guy that I was talking to, I mean, I wasn't as like, I know I was at work and I was just sitting there and I was just bored and I was texting him and I wasn't really into it. Like, I don't know. I wasn't into the conversation.
Because all opportunities of banter and playfulness and joking around, you probably have already closed the door on it. So the conversation will not be boring to you.
I was trying to be serious. I was trying to talk about how I got a vacuum at Target.
Who wants a conversation from a dating app profile to be serious?
Well, it was on text message, so it wasn't on the dating app
Matter.
profile. I don't know. I was excited about my vacuum.
Person off at least until you have met in person at least 3 times, then you could say that you've interacted outside of the dating profile.
Okay, then I will. I mean, we're going on a date, so it's fine. But
I hope you do better. Good,
dude,
relaxing.
I had to tell him. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so like, I literally told him before, like the first night I started texting him, I was like, fair warning, I'm like not good at social cues. I told him, I was like, I should have told him, I was like, I'm not good at social cues. And he's like, okay, great, me too. I don't think he realized how bad I am. Like, it's bad.
I read this thing. Well, I saw this video too, but the video kind of explained it, the same thing. That like girls are always like, where is this guy? Where can I find him? Where can I find a guy who's like funny and whatever? And it's just like, you have to curate opportunities for that type of person to come out. So if you want somebody who's going to joke around with you, you need to create opportunities for that to happen. If you want a guy who spends his weekends at the bars, then on weekends go to bars. If you want somebody who will be at a museum on a Saturday afternoon instead, or hiking on whatever, then that's where you'll go to find those type of people, as well as creating opportunities for you to find the person that you're looking for. So do better.
Yeah.
Do better.
So that was yeah. I don't know where this conversation was going.
Yeah.
Dating. That's what I wanted to segue into romance books and a book that I read last night. So I read The Fastest Way to Fall, which is a Berkeley romance book. And I just wanted to recommend it to everybody because I wanted to read something that the author wrote. And this author's note really caught me by surprise when I like listened, because I listened to it on audiobook. I finished it within like 4 hours. Amazing book. Loved it. It was this important thing that she talked about being a fat woman and how, okay, when we are inundated with messages about obesity epidemic alongside those about body positivity, when bullying and fat shaming existence in tandem with celebrity role models embracing their bodies, why write about a fat character doing anything but living their best life with no mind to their size? I love those stories where conflict, self-affirmed fat people find love and take the world by storm. They're inspirational and even aspirational, but that's not the story I know how to tell. I know how to tell the story of someone taking the world by storm, finding love, and doing so while navigating sometimes choppy waters of being a fat woman. And I think with this book, like, the main problem in this book is not that she's fat, but I think it also still talks about how she isn't confident in herself and stuff, but she still like notices and calls out how other people are, like when one of her friends like talks about how like she could lose weight and how she'll look better when she loses weight. And she keeps telling him, like, this isn't about me losing weight. Like, this is just about me feeling, like, good in my body. And, like, I like what I like. I think I'm hot. And, like, it's kind of those things where, like, the main problem in the story is not that she's fat, which it's happened in some, like, romance books that I've read, where that's, like, the main problem between the two of them, is that, like, oh, like, it's been made of, like, the villain, quote unquote, in the story talks about her being a fat girl, and the main love interest gets mad at the woman because he's like, she's beautiful. Like, fat doesn't have anything, like, that's not even the first thing that, like, comes to mind when I think about her. Like, and why would you even think that? Because, like, it's not bad. Like, it's kind of that reaffirming of that, like, it's not bad to be fat. Like, it's kind of that thing where it's like, it's so has such a negative connotation that this book, it's like, it's just something that's, like, there. And I love that. Oh, Grace is sneezing. Grace is sneezing.
Sorry. I saw this TikTok video that was funny. It was like a bigger girl, and she was just like, she was like, "You bitches are gonna have to find another insult other than fat, because that shit doesn't hit the way that it hit in middle school. So you guys are gonna need to come up with a different insult other than that, because what you can be like, oh, you're so fat, and then she said, yeah, and I'm fat. Your mama fat too, but I ain't the one that's ugly." And she's just like, and I was just like, yeah, that's true, because like it having that fat equals ugly is not accurate.
And, like, I've seen it so many times on TikTok where they're like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty for a fat girl. And it's like,
Yeah, that's not a compliment.
was
And
I,
it's even like, okay,
it's kind of like a, oh, like, that's like, what are you trying to say by that kind of thing, where it's
yeah,
like,
or you have a beautiful face.
for a fat girl. And it's like,
Not even the added the fat girl into it,
mm,
but it's just the face part.
yeah. And it's like, I see a lot of TikToks because I am on, like, that side of TikTok, and, like, how it also is, I didn't realize how much it did bother me when, like, people, like, skinnier people will be like, oh my gosh, I feel so fat today, as, like, a negative thing, or like, I look so fat in this. And I'm just like, I saw one girl who, when she was talking about it, she's like, I started telling my friends, like, so what about me? Like, what do you think of me if you're just saying? And then her friends were like, well, no, I'm just talking about myself. And she's like, you can't have that same attitude. Like, you have to have that same attitude about yourself and me then, kind of thing. And I was like, shit. Like,
Yeah, a prime example that I had, like, in real life with that, well, not real life, but if you guys saw Love is Blind season 2 with Danielle, her whole insecurity was about her having been fat and
yeah,
having lost weight
yeah,
and still feeling like the fat girl
mm-hmm,
and feeling fat,
mm-hmm,
even though she's tiny.
yeah. She's tiny now.
Not
Yeah,
super tiny, not skinny tiny, but she's
she's normal. She's like, not even normal. It's just like she's what the like average woman looks like. Like,
yeah.
even she's not like super skinny,
She's
but
not
she's not.
mid-sized.
Yeah,
She's not mid-sized, she's not plus size. She's just average. And she just kept saying, bringing up like that insecurity about her being bigger and her being fat, and like wondering if she'll gain all of her, like the 50 pounds that she lost, and blah blah blah. And my brother and I were watching this. My brother has me watching Love is Blind when it comes out because he wants to see my reactions with it, and just to see how stupid it is. And so when that was coming on, I had to like stop him and just be like, the way that she's talking is irritating me so much, because like she's not even fat. and she's making it like her whole identity when she doesn't even fit in there, when there was an actual fat girl on the show.
Yeah.
And
Like,
she wasn't that even close to her. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
how are you complaining about that insecurity being yours
yeah.
when you don't even carry the bag with you?
Well, I mean, I could get it if like she still has that insecurity of like being treated like how she was. I would think it'd be different, but she focused it so much on being fat itself.
That, you see, that's different. That's
And
different.
yeah,
Of
that's
you
what I think
having-
really annoyed me
yeah,
too.
that's different of you having an insecurity of having like been of having that fear of getting back to that point, or have that fear of like being
treated
looked
that
at-
way again.
yeah, being treated that way again. But her insecurity was that she was still fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just
And
like, girl, that's not it.
That could be also a body dysmorphia too. It could be
It
that.
got me so mad
But
because it was like,
it was like her whole thing. Like she would
it was her
constantly
whole thing. Her
Yeah.
whole thing was about that. And
Yeah.
it really got me upset because it's just like, girl, oh,
Yeah, it was triggering a little bit.
it really was. It really got me mad because it's just like, girl, if you're fat, what the hell are the rest of us?
Yeah. Like, and that's always what I think when people say that. I'm like, I get that you feel insecure, but you're using that as a negative connotation when it shouldn't. When it shouldn't have any connotation. It's literally just a describing word. And so, like, I'm like, whenever people do use that who are skinny, I'm like, how do you think that makes the rest of us feel when we sit there and we hear you say that? Like, it makes us feel worse about ourselves because we're like, we like ourselves. Like, I'm just now starting to get comfortable, like, in my, like, body and stuff, and, like, not really caring and stuff. Like, I care about my health and stuff, but, like, I'm not focusing on, like, oh my gosh, I look overweight or something like that. Like, I'm not.
And that
And
also comes with like knowing how to dress yourself, knowing how
Yeah.
to dress your body, knowing how to make yourself feel more comfortable,
yeah,
and understanding that, like, yeah, you're gonna look and feel worse if you're trying to compare the way that you're wearing a certain type of shirt or outfit compared to like
Yeah.
a skinny girl wearing an outfit. Like that girl on TikTok who her page is like, is it like a fit
or is it
just a skinny girl wearing it?
I saw somebody talk about how Coachella is literally just like skinny culture. Like it's literally just skinny girls wearing outfits. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I thought I was like, yep. Like they're not even good fits. They're just that they're skinny.
There are fishnets over shorts and
Yeah.
crop tops or like
Yeah.
bralettes, and that's it.
Yeah. And I'm just like, true. True. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I did like this book. And what I also liked is that she had like in her author's note, she kind of had like a trigger warning, and then she had like at the very end, she had the National Eating Disorder Association, the Al-Anon, and then the Nar-Anon, so for like Narcotics Anonymous, and then the like all of that in the end. And I really think she did with this book is she's like the main it's a coach ex-client relationship is what it is, and the client is writing an article, is doing like basically like a live like daily updates on her like health and how she feels about the app and stuff, and she's competing with another one of the journalists for a position, and this is like their like assignment, and so she becomes like this lifestyle person who a lot of people end up following her, and she talks about like her struggles and like not even about the app much, but about like how she feels and fitness and like health, and not like all the time like fitness and stuff, but she talks about like health and how like, and it's great. I liked it a lot. And the narrator for Wes, which is the main love interest,
It said it was dual narration.
yeah, it's dual narration. And the guy also did one of the bromance book club series. He did, I think, Max, so he has that like southern drawl, and I'm just like, it hits a little bit. It hits a little. It's like, you know, when a guy has like that slight southern accent, and I'm just like, and he's respectful, and I'm just like,
I would think that you wouldn't like it as much.
I like when it's slight. I don't like when it's Alabama Southern. I don't
I
like
don't think
that.
anybody does.
What?
I don't think anybody does.
But like, is it Raylan? I forgot his name. Southern dude from
Raylan.
Raylan from Brutal Birthright series. Like his accent, I loved, but it's not that like thick, like backwoodsy.
Mm. Urban.
It's more urban. That's
Mhm.
what I like. Yeah, but I really liked this book, and so I read this all last night. It was so good. I read it so fast. I listened. I like gobbled this up. I was listening to it at 3x speed. I gobbled this shit
I'm
up.
not reading right now, so
Yeah,
good for you.
yeah. This is the second book I read this month.
That actually is part of like a series, like a standalone series.
Yeah, because the first one is How to Fail at Flirting. And I didn't realize that because the characters are actually in this book. And I didn't realize that. Because on Goodreads, it's not like a part of a series,
But it is an
but it
interconnected
is.
series. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a series, it's basically a series of standalones.
Mhm.
But I liked it. It was cute. I really liked it. It was great. Anything else to add?
I am trying to sit myself down to read. I haven't had time to read.
Oh,
I've been
you're scratching
busy.
your microphone.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've been really busy, so I haven't been able to sit down and read because Easter and things happening in the house and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I finished this book last night, and then I'm currently reading. I finally caved for book talk. I caved, and I'm starting The Spanish Love Deception. I'm about 7 chapters in, which is about 100 pages in. The chapters are so long, and it's a slow burn. And I don't know how I feel. I'm like, the chapters are really long, and I'm just like, and it starts off fresh out the gate. Like it's like, it's she needs a date to her sister's wedding, and that's like in the first chapter, and he's like, I'll like literally like the first line in the book is like, I'll be your date to the wedding, where it's like he like comes up to her and is like, I'll be your date, but like they're enemies, and she's like, what? So you can definitely tell that he likes her. So I like it. I enjoy it.
I'm
But
not
I don't.
reading.
Yeah, maybe you can read it because I have it on
I
audio.
can't read it.
Oh, do you not have? Oh, cause Aaron. I forgot your brother's name is Aaron. I forgot that Grace can't read anything with Aaron's name in it.
I can't read anything with Aaron's or Jacob's.
Jacobs, yeah. How'd you get through Twilight?
Because
guess
Jacob
he's-
was in a romantic interest.
Well, he was for not okay. He wasn't from Bella's side, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Jacob went to the movies with me.
Yeah.
And he was trying to be that, but he wasn't. He couldn't be.
Okay. Well, we'll end this episode here. It was a little shorter one. Next week episode, we do have an author, so stay on the lookout for that, and keep your eyes open for. We'll announce on Instagram, so you have time to read the book. The book is actually coming out tomorrow, so you'll have some time. Oh nope, it's already out. The book is already out. It's Monday. It comes out tomorrow, so the book will be
Today.
out. Yeah, comes out the 19th, so it should be out. So hopefully by the time this episode goes up, you'll know. You'll know. But thank you for listening to us talk about Bridgerton, online dating, and that representation. And thank you everybody who has been posting about the shop. We love seeing your unboxing videos. We love seeing all your photos. It's honestly amazing. It warms our hearts. I watched a video today of a girl unboxing it, and I kind of cried a little. I was like, we did that. Okay, I'm gonna start crying.
Oh yeah, don't cry again. No, it was really cute. I do like everybody unboxing it and showing that my idea for doing these character things,
It worked.
it worked.
It worked. Well, we'll see everybody next week. Have a good rest of your morning.
Bye
Bye.
everybody.